Greetings everybody, this is slicedlime and I'm back with another request video. By far, this is the most complicated yet. You can see this system here is all that's making this run. But I'm going to try to go through what it does before I try to explain sort of a bit more about it, how to use it. So, this system is for a server called Arcadius. And I pretty much by random chance ran into these guys, and they're making a pretty cool community, rebuilding like a second version of the server. And the server has a player plot system. You can grab your own plot, and that's where you will live and so on. So here we have sort of a plot portal, and that's what the system does. This is an unclaimed one, so as you join the server there will be a bunch of these plots, and you can go to them and teleport to them. So here I have this little plot on this little island. So you can teleport to any unclaimed one, and you can see if that's to your liking. So if I would like this one, or if I would like another one, and then I can teleport back. So that's pretty much the system, and the other block here is meant for if you want to grab this plot. Now, I've already grabbed one. Here you can see it says slicedlime's plot, and this is a red block instead of a green one, indicating that this is taken plot. And I can still go here and it tells me welcome home. Here's my little island, just off the coast of the command blocks, and I can go back. But nobody else can go in without my permission. So anybody else steps on this block will be told you need slicedlime's permission, or you need the permission of the plot owner. So I can go to this block, and as you see, it tells me a message of how I grant permission. So if I try to take another one, I can only have one plot, and I can only control my own plot. So these are the kind of the blocks involved. Don't need this one. There is a portal block. Stepping on that will teleport you into the plot. There's a control block with which you claim the plot, and then which you use after that to control who gets access to the plot. And then optionally there is an indicator block and a sign. So as you can see here, this one is Salvex's plot, and he is the guy who's making the command block setup for that server. So I've shown him the system, and he has claimed this example portal as his own. And if I step on that plate, you will see it's just a teleport like 4 blocks back, literally, and it tells me now visiting plot of an offline player, and that is because he's not online right now. That means the system can't find his name, otherwise it would say now visiting Salvex's plot. He has a really cool video up about how he is augmenting a vanilla server using the remote console built into the vanilla server, and then he's doing some Linux bash scripting to communicate with the server and augment it into doing stuff that you can't normally do with command blocks. So they have events that produce specific loot for that event, for instance. So it's some really cool stuff. But he also had a solution for these portals that had much less finesse, so I offered to make him the system. Now let me disconnect from the server and head off into a new single player world. So let's make a portals demo world and stick it in creative. This thing you can get if you want it as an MC edit schematic, or you can get it as a command delivery thing. It doesn't fit into one command, it fits into 4 commands, but I will show you how to do that, because I suspect some of you might want this but don't have access to the server files or the world files for your server. So here's a new world. /give yourself command block, so COMM, press tab, and then grab yourself a redstone block. You will need to be in creative mode, and you will need to be an operator on the server, because you will need to edit command blocks, and the commands that you run to set the system up only works for operators, and that's the way it should be, because the operators are the ones that should be in control of the server. Now, take up your F3 screen. Identify what southwest is. So this is west and this is south. The whole machine, if you want to call it that, is going to pop up to the southwest of wherever you stick this block. So, I mean, it might be good to put it somewhere where there's not stuff in the way that's going to be broken by it. But let's do ours here, and we're going to paste in 4 different commands. And it's important that you do this correctly. So you take the first command, paste it in, and then you trigger that with a redstone block and let this whole thing finish. Now, this command block turned into a stone block, and it also spawned an armor stand here. Now that's important. Leave that armor stand there. That's what's going to align everything correctly. So now we take a new command block and we trigger that. All the stuff happens again. And this command block we can reuse for the commands number 3 and 4. So we'll trigger those and let them finish. And then we'll take the 4th one, trigger that, let that finish, and then we're done. Now we can delete this armor stand and that block. So we got this big machine. You can see it's off. There's no redstone blocks anywhere. It's not running. And there's this install sign. The sign for the main clock falls off because of how the blocks are set in that one the command compactor thing. But everything else is intact, so don't worry, just click the install button. And it will say that the player plot portal system by slicedlime has been loaded, and you can click here if you want to get to my channel, but you're already on my channel, so you don't need to do that. And now the key to using the system is in this chest. If you open it up, you see it has plot portals, so this is just like a manual. It has all kinds of, let me grab one of these. Actually, let me grab one of each of these. So you have the plot portals book. It explains everything about it. It's 13 pages long with a lot of information of how to use the system, how to set it up, and how to customize the system, because there is a bunch of stuff in it that is specific and relies on certain types of blocks or certain messages. So we no longer need those two. We do want to sign. We don't actually need this plot portals book. It's a longer... it has all the commands in it, but it's also a longer form. But there's this book as well, command book, that has all the commands listed on one page. So once you've read the other book and understand how the system works, then you can use this thing to gain quick access to them. You don't have to flip between the pages. This command block has an NBT stuck into it already, so that's important. Now, what I'm going to do to set it up is break some stuff here. Actually, we're going to need some blocks. And the blocks we're going to need is a gold block, a green stained glass, we need a sign, and an emerald block. And then these things from the chest. So to set up a portal, I start by going into the book and clicking create a new portal from either of the books. And that starts creating portal number 1 in this case, because there's no other portal. So let me say that this hill over here is our plot. For instance, let's say this block is where I want to end up. On top of this gold block is where I want to be teleported. So I could either write down the coordinates of that, but there's a quicker way of doing it. Is just type set block in the chat and then hit tab to autocomplete that, and then space, and then tab again to autocomplete. And the Y value is of that block, and we want to end up on top of it. So I'm going to increase it by 1, and then just hit tab one more time to get the Z value. Now we can copy that, and we have the coordinates in our clipboard. Now let's go back here. What we're going to do is we're going to take this command block that we got from the chest, and we're going to dig down twice, and then we're going to stick the command block in there. Now, this has a command pre-written in it, and we're going to take the X, Y, and Z, and we're just going to replace it with our coordinates. And then we're going to stick an emerald block on top of that, and open our command book again. Now we see this locate portal command is what we're going to click here. So it says it found a portal block, and if I just walk on it now, I will be teleported over to the gold block. So that's a working portal, and we have the first component. That's what we call a simple portal or a return portal, because it doesn't give you a message. It's not like a big plot system. It doesn't have any control block or anything. But I can also add this block in here, and I can use this locate control button. And this says found control block. Now if I step on it, it tells me that this plot is available. And if I do the teleport, it will tell me I'm now visiting an unclaimed plot. So that's how you set up that. And if you want to, you can also have a sign. So we can put a sign here somewhere. Let's just put it there and say unclaimed plot. Whatever you type on the sign that is like the unclaimed message, that's up to you. And we press locate sign, and it says found sign. As long as it says it finds the block, then we're fine to just keep working. And we can place the indicator here and locate indicator. Well, if it says unable to locate, you're too far away from it. You just have to step closer and run the command again. So now I can step on this block, and I can just click yes here to claim this plot. Now you see this turned red, and this now says it's my plot. And if I step on it again, it tells me welcome home. So that's pretty cool. And then of course, if I want to set up a return here, I just create a new portal, go over here and say I want maybe this block. I do the same thing here, set block, oops, increase the value by 1, grab that, go back over to my plot, and dig down twice, place the command block, replace the coordinates, place that, and locate the portal block. Since I found it, I can just go back. So now I can use this to go back and forth between my plot and the plot central, or spawn, or wherever you put this. So that is how you set it up and how you get it started. Very simple system, very flexible. It doesn't have any ability to modify portals once you've started creating a new one, and it also doesn't have any ability to destroy the portal. So once you've sort of created the portal, it will be there until the end of time. So be careful. If somebody uses this and they really want it, I can look into adding that in. But right now this thing turned out pretty complicated, and I've spent a bit more time than I wanted on it. I can sure add things to it, but it was complicated enough that there's a bunch of stuff in here that I will be making tutorials about. So there will be some of those in the coming few days. So anyway, that's pretty much it. I hope this will be useful for the guys on the Arcadius server once they get it up and running. So that will be pretty cool, and you should check out that server once they get started. I'll make sure to post a link to them once they get it up and running on my Twitter and Facebook pages. So you can check that out, and of course, if you have any other requests of your own that you would like to see me build, then feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I will see which one I will make the next time. Other than that, if you liked this video, please remember to hit that like button down below. That really helps me out, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.